Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy Academy. On this day, that is the 5th of December, the entire world is celebrating the World Soil Day. Okay, recently, couple of months back, we have seen a very strong movement by Sadhguru called a Safe Soil movement, and you can consider this World Soil Day is almost on the same lines of the Safe Soil movement. So, in this video, we will be talking about what is the history of this World Soil Day and why do we celebrate World Soil Day and what is the importance of soil as such. If at all the soil is so important, what are we even doing to conserve it and how can we conserve this for the future generation so that we can achieve sustainable development in the future. So let's start. And we know the context already. So because on the 5th of December we are celebrating the World Soil Day, because of which we are recording this video. How did it all start? Where did this start? The demand for the conservation of the soil and the World Soil Day, to celebrate World Soil Day, how did it start? You can see here. The institute called as IUSS, that is International Union of Soil Sciences, International Union of Soil Sciences, in the year 2002 recommended this, that is the celebration of World Soil Day. And this recommendation by IUSS was taken over by the United Nations Organization and also the Food and Agriculture Organization, that is FAO, and FAO gave a very solid support to the recommendation of the IUSS, and finally in the year 2013, that is December 2013, in the United Nations General Assembly, finally it was decided that December 5th every year will be celebrated as a World Soil Day. And also one more thing was decided, and that was the year 2013. The year 2013 was considered as an International Year of Soil, and the decade, that is from 2015 to 2024, this 10 years was considered as the International Decade for Soil Conservation. Okay, so these are two important things which can be considered as an outcome of the 2013 United Nations General Assembly, where the 5th December 2014 was considered to be the first World Soil Day. Okay, I think this is the history. This is the history of the World Soil Day, and we are following this, and everyone are clear with this. So, why are we even considering a lot about the soil? See, soil is something that is abundant. We know that soil is everywhere. You go to an agricultural plot in the hinterlands, you find soil. You just dig up the tar roads that we have soil. If you want to construct a house, we'll have a foundation, we'll have soil. So soil is everywhere. And why are we even considering about celebrating the conservation of soil? Why do we have to celebrate? Why do we want something called as World Soil Day on December 5th? Why do we want to create the awareness? See, these are some of the reasons why do we want to create the awareness about the soil. One thing is, the soil is the source of biodiversity, which means, according to a recent survey, it says 1 teaspoon of soil, okay, anywhere in any part of the world, 1 teaspoon of soil will contain more number of living organisms than all the human beings on the planet put together. Okay, recently we have seen the entire human population on the planet is around 8 billion. Okay, it has just crossed 8 billion recently, which means 1 teaspoon of soil will have more than 8 billion living beings in it. Okay, of course there are microorganisms which can't be seen through the naked eyes. So, which means soil is abundant with the biodiversity. And any given point of time, if the soil becomes degradation, if the soil degradation happens, then this is a threat to this biodiversity on the planet. Okay, in the environment, probably you would have studied something called as food chain and food web. So this biodiversity forms the base or the foundation of the food chain and the food web. And if this biodiversity is disturbed, then the entire human population stability will be disturbed. Second point, soil degradation. According to a United Nations report, it says 3.9 million hectares of land has been degraded in the last decade. 3.9 million hectares of land has been degraded because of the various reasons in the last 1 decade. And some of the reasons, if we can think about, first thing, everything starts from green revolution. See, whenever we talk about environmental pollution or climate change or global warming, we trace that origin of the climate change to something called as industrial revolution. Okay, industrial revolution is where all the climate changing factors actually started. Okay, somewhere around 1750s, originated in Britain, and we have seen in our modern history that the colonialism is an outcome of this industrial revolution. So when we talk about pollution or climate change, the source is the industrial revolution. Similarly, when we talk about the degradation of the soil, okay, the source is green revolution. So what happened in green revolution? Green revolution stressed about making India or any country for that matter Atmanirbhar or self-reliant with respect to food security. Okay, so the country decided that whatever the food that is required for the population of our country will be prepared by us itself. We don't have to import the food products. So that is the main objective of the Green Revolution. Because of the Green Revolution, this demanded huge increase in the agricultural productivity. Okay, the amount of crops, the yield has to be increased. So when the yield of the crop has to increase, then there were increased number of pesticides and the fertilizers, and these increased number of pesticides and the fertilizers were detrimental to the biodiversity of the soil and the health of the soil. So the roots of soil degradation lies in the Green Revolution. So what happened over a period of time? Over a period of time, the organic content in the soil reduced. So low organic content is also detrimental to the soil. So low organic content in the sense there is low productivity, there is low biodiversity in the soil. So third important reason why are we even talking about the World Soil Day is because of the hidden hunger. What is this hidden hunger? Hunger is something that we know already. Hunger, that is when people don't have the enough number of calories or 3 meals per day, then we call it as hunger. Then what is hidden hunger? People have food, but the micronutrients that are required for their survival or in order to make their health or a diet more efficient, so those micronutrients are absent from the diet. So that is considered as hidden hunger. The fourth important reason that we will be discussing is the toxic metals in the soil which enter the food chain, and when these toxic metals enter the food chain, and this will be detrimental to the people who consume the same food. Okay, which means, see, food is something that is expected to give us some energy, some positive energy. That is the reason why food is considered as God. Okay, in some of the philosophies, food is considered as God. But here, when the toxic metals enter the food chain, these toxic metals pollute the food, and the same food will be responsible for the deformation or any disturbance that is happening in the body. So because of these reasons, conserving soil is the utmost priority. Okay, you can also see here one of the important quote: irrespective of our nationality, race, religion, caste, or gender, irrespective of our nationality, race, religion, caste, and gender, we all come from the same soil and we go back to the same soil. And this was one of the quote of the Save Soil movement that happened recently. What is the theme of the World Soil Day 2022? So remember the theme, because if at all there is a question on agriculture, if at all there is a question on environment, probably you will be able to quote this. As recently we have celebrated the Save Soil movement, and also the World Soil Day has also been celebrated. Probably you can expect a question on this in your mains exam. So UPSC will never ask you about the theme of the World Soil Day 2022. What was it? So that becomes a very factual question. There is low probability of UPSC asking such questions in the prelims exam. So you can expect the question on the environment and also in the form of geography in GS1 and environment in GS3. So the theme of the World Soil Day was where food begins. This was the theme, where food begins. So all the amount of food, all the foods that we have, vegetarian foods that we have, starts from soil. So soil is the source of every food. So which says the where food begins. So why do we have this? We have to encourage the societies to improve the soil health and we have to advocate the sustainable management of the soil. So these are some of the aims, and this is the theme of World Soil Day 2022. What is the way forward? We have talked about the importance of the conservation of the soil. What happens if the soil is not conserved, but how do we conserve it? What should we do? First one, that is zero tillage. Okay, you would have heard about this when you will be studying about agriculture under GS3. What is a zero tillage? As the name itself suggests, after every harvest, if the farmer starts tilling the soil, then that will disturb the biodiversity, and this is also one of the important reasons for degradation of the soil. So zero tillage. Do not till the soil at all. Do not use plow. Okay, so use alternative methods. There are a lot of alternative methods, and those alternative methods has to be in place so that the soil is sustainable. The soil health is maintained. Organic farming. We all have heard about organic farming. Do not use any kind of pesticides and synthetic fertilizers in the agriculture. It's called as organic farming. When we start moving our agriculture from the synthetic fertilizers to the organic farming, then automatically the soil health would increase. What is ZBNF? A very important keyword. You can use this when you're writing answers on agriculture. ZBNF, zero budget natural farming. Okay, as the name itself suggests, zero budget natural farming, which means ZBNF will have zero input cost. See, usually what happens is, when a farmer wants to cultivate, he has to purchase the seeds, then he'll have to pay for the electricity, for the irrigation, he'll have to pay for the labor, he'll have to pay for the fertilizers. If he starts generating everything for free, that is zero budget, there is no input cost, and everything from the natural farming, if he wants fertilizers, he can extract the same amount of fertilizers from the livestock that he's having. That is ZBNF. Zero budget natural farming. Crop rotation instead of monocropping. Monocropping is something that we are following as of now. With respect to cereals, that is rice and wheat, we are following monocropping. Instead of monocropping, we'll have to adopt, that is crop rotation, so that the nitrogenous bacteria, the bacteria that fix nitrogen to the roots nodules of the plants, and that those bacteria can be active. So phytoremediation and hyperaccumulation. These are some of the keywords that are very important. You'll be learning about phytoremediation in your environment. So what is phytoremediation? Using plants to absorb the toxic materials in the soil so that the plants can store it is called as phytoremediation. Okay, I hope you're getting it. So using plants to clean up the soil, or the plants can absorb the toxic materials from the soil and store it with them, that is called as phytoremediation. So in the year 2015, Indian government launched a very important and a very successful scheme called as soil health cards, where 140 million people, 140 million farmers, or 140 million hectares of land that we have. So all the farmers will get a card, and in this card, the soil health would be written. And every 2 years or 3 years, based on the type of the soil, the crop is decided. So it helps the farmer in order to maintain a good quality or a good health of the soil, at the same time also reap good benefits by choosing an appropriate crop. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, PMSKY, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, was an important scheme that was launched by the government of India, and this aims something called as for micro irrigation. Krishi Sinchai Yojana, micro irrigation. And this micro irrigation will help in the conservation of the soil, because this will eliminate any chances of soil erosion. National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, NMSA, National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. See, the entire world is talking about sustainable development. When we talk about economy, we talk about sustainable development, and we have sustainable development goals as well. So in order to make agriculture more sustainable, we have National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, where this mission aims to make agriculture more sustainable. Okay, in the environment you would have studied, one of the major contributor of the global warming, okay, the gases that were methane, CH4, is the paddy fields that we have, which means that agriculture is not sustainable. Agriculture is the result of, agriculture is the cause of the global warming, one of the major causes that we can talk about. So, to eliminate all these mechanisms, we have National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. So, these are some of the way forward, or these are some of the solutions that we can adopt when we deal with soil or when we carry out agriculture, so that the soil health is maintained and the food web or the food chain is successful, so that the entire world, all the biodiversity in the world, will have a proper good health. So that's all for the day. For more such enriching content, please subscribe to Legacy Academy. If you have liked the video, don't forget to like and comment. Have a nice day. Thank you.